day one of a completely virtual NFL draft, and we're crossing our fingers there were no hiccups. 49ers general manager John Lynch on the line. How did it go on your end, being at home, communicating with your staff remotely, and also having that big camera in the corner that's looking down on you that they're tuning into on the live stream?
You know what? The whole process was really good. You know, I think seamless. I think a lot of people kind of panicked after the initial mock draft that the league did. A couple hitches there where, you know, people thought they were talking to only another team, and instead the whole league was hearing it. But I think we all knew that you kind of have to go through those trial runs to see what the problems may be. You know, our video people, our IT people, Mike Bracken, Brad Clark and their team, and then Jim Bartholomew have done an incredible job to allow this to be seamless, both in the preparation and then once we got to the draft. And, you know, other than our head coach's internet crashing at his house, nothing on our side, but at his house for about a half hour before the draft. That was a little unsettling, but you know what? We weren't panicked. We said, okay, we have phones, you know, we'll figure it out. So that was a little hairy, but other than that, it was all good.
It's a lot to unpack here. So we're going to just start off with pick number 14. So the camera goes to your office, and then it goes to Kyle's camera, and you both are all smiles. What makes Javon Kinlaw such a special player for you guys at pick 14?
Well, he's just, you know, for what we do as a defense, and, you know, we've made no bones about it when we got here, I guess through a product of my experiences. And then Kyle spent some time down in Tampa. His dad obviously coached. But one thing I think that where you could see there was a chemistry and a lot of shared beliefs as to how you build championship football teams. One of the first things we talked about, you got to find the quarterback, and then you got to find the guys to knock them down. And a couple of those guys, DeForest and Eric, were already here when we got here. And so right away we said, let's just continue to add to that. We've done that with, you know, with Solomon Thomas, with Nick Bosa, with Dee Ford. You know, Ronnie Blair was here as well. And so, you know, a lot was in place. And then we build a unit that I think last year when all were healthy, they were overwhelming people. And that's an equalizer in today's football, where offensive football is, the rules are all set up for the offense to succeed. So how do you have an equalizer? Well, you get a nasty group up front. Well, we lost DeForest, you know, and one of the better players in football. That wasn't easy for us to do, both with who DeForest was as a person. You know, it's a great testament to him. That's probably even better than, you know, what he was on the field, which was spectacular. So you don't want to get away from what makes you special. And that's one of the things that makes us special. So Javon was there. We really felt like he's a top 10, even a top 5 talent. And the fact that he got back to 13, then a team said, hey, we'd like to come up to get someone. And Javon was the guy we kind of had targeted. And we felt like a good shot that if we moved back, that we could still get him. And we added a 4th round pick. Then we thought we were going to be done for a while. And then another guy we had slated kind of with the guys that we would take at that 13th pick, say Javon had been gone. And we had one more player in between. But then it was Brandon Aiyuk. And I know that surprises a lot of people, but both in the personnel side and the coach's side, he's a guy that just our affection for him grew as the process went. It kept getting stronger and stronger for. We have great relationships. Our scouts do at Arizona State. Herm Edwards is one of my best friends in the world. That was his head coach. So he could really speak to the person and to the player. So we felt like we had to get up and get him. And we gave up a lot to do it, but we got him.
You traded back a spot and picked up that day 2 shortly after, got rid of it again to pick up Brandon Aiyuk. I just said that you and Kyle were both smiling. Okay, no, scratch that. Kyle was cheesing from ear to ear after that pick was made. 2 questions here. What are the 49ers getting in a receiver like Brandon, and what does a guy like Brandon add to this offense?
Yeah, we lost Emmanuel Sanders, who was a big part of our team. And so Emmanuel's a veteran, obviously, but you're looking for someone that can kind of fill that role. And, we're thrilled with what Debo brought. Dante Pettis is a guy who had an off year last year. We're expecting him to come back. Richie James is in the picture. So there's guys there, but we felt like we needed to add someone, and this was a difference maker in our mind in Brandon. And the reason being, I think he can do a little bit of everything. You're not limited with him. He's got in today's football, there's a lot of grabbing going on. There's a lot of man-to-man defense up in your face. So you have to be strong and sturdy. He's got that, but he also has that breakaway ability, and very similar to Debo. And, one of the things with him, he's got a mix of things that are elite, like in the 95th percentile arm length. There were so many times, Keanu, where the ball was overthrown at Arizona State. You're watching it and you say, no way he catches that. And he just sticks those Inspector Gadget arms out, and they just keep going. His 10 time. So his 40 time wasn't great. I believe he was hurting. He's since had surgery on a core muscle deal, but at the combine. But his vertical jump, his 10 time, his wingspan, all those things were elite. And then you put together, he's got tremendous hands, big, strong, can run every route. You felt like he could do a little bit of everything. Now he has to go prove that at the next level. We understand that. But there's a reason we were so eager to jump up and get him.
I'm going to pause on the picks for a quick second. Both you and Kyle Shanahan joined the rest of the head coaches and GMs in the league by making a donation to the Draftthon, and your donation will be rerouted back to the Bay Area CDC Foundation. Give me a little insight into what you and the rest of the coaches and GMs around the league are doing.
Well, it's a great fraternity. It really is. We all compete against each other. I think I got to give a lot of credit to Howie Roseman. Howie was challenged by someone to do, I think, a nephew to do something like that, and it was a simple email he sent to we were all on an email chain to share our numbers at our various locations at the draft, and Howie just said, hey, would you guys be interested? I'm going to do this. And, people started one by one saying, I'm in. And then somebody said, hey, and Kyle was one of the first to say, hey, our coach heard about that. He'd love to do that. And so collectively, we felt like we could, use this platform to bring some awareness and some needed funds. So we're happy to bring that back to the Bay Area. Kyle and I are, and it's for a very worthy cause.
Absolutely, very worthy cause. You said it right there. All right, no day 2 picks, but anything can happen. What can 49er fans expect from you guys over the next 2 days?
Well, we still have a 5, 6, and 7, and one thing we're incredibly proud, and I think it speaks to, the synergy between personnel and coaches. That we've had a penchant for hitting on these late round picks. We've done well there, and so a lot of people say, well, you've given up your whole draft. No, we haven't. We still got 3 more, and we're going to try to make good upon those. We look at every pick as an opportunity to get better. I know we got better in day 1, and we got to continue that process tomorrow and into free agency. You think of players like Matt Breida that were never drafted that have made big contributions, and we got to continue to hit on guys like that. So we're very excited about what lies in front. There's going to be some dead time for 49er fans, but I guess we get to be fans and sit back and watch everyone else. And Keanu, we don't have a lot of ammo, but you never know. When we like someone, we're not afraid to move.
You never know. Anything can happen. I don't expect you to have your feet kicked up tomorrow. I feel like John Lynch and co. will be working. One of my favorite things you said during your pre-draft press conference was that you were open to trading those first-round picks, but that 5th round, that seems to be your money spot right there in the 5th round.
Yeah, we got rid of one of those today. It's not something we like to do, but hey, the opportunity, I said, presented itself, and we're very happy with where we're at right now.
John, I appreciate you. We won't keep you any longer. I know it's been a long day, but the good news is you don't have to sleep over at the facility or anything. You can just roll over and go to bed and be back in the office in the morning.
Go in and see Linda and the kids, and wake up tomorrow and get right back at this thing.
Right back at it. John, we appreciate you as always. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot, Keanu.